Hello everyone, welcome to my class to continue with the third chapter of class 10th history, that is nationalism in India. Till so far we have discussed in Khilafat movement, that how the result of the First World War, declining of the Turkish Ottoman Empire, dethroning of the Khalifa by the Britishers, it has a impact on the on India also, how the Ali brothers organized the Khilafat movement. Right, now to continue further, in this video I'll be discussing a very important topic, that is the non-cooperation movement, and if necessary I'll be continuing the same in the next video. Right, so please watch this, because your chapter is focused on two important movements that were led by Gandhiji. One is non-cooperation and another is civil disobedience movement. So we'll be discussing these topics in great details. Right, so let's start the topic. 1920, after 1919, that we have discussed the passing of the Rowlatt Act, very infamous act. Then Jallianwala Bagh massacre that took place. Now all these developments that were taking place disturbed the Indian leaders a lot, and Gandhiji also. Right, so in the year 1920, in the Nagpur session of Indian National Congress, the Congress leaders decided, they understood one thing, that a mass movement is required to oppose such unjust rule of Britishers. Right, so it was decided that under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, they'll be doing a mass movement, and this resulted into the non-cooperation movement. Right, so non-cooperation movement was led by Gandhiji with twin purpose. Right, one was to rebuild the unity among the Hindus and Muslims. How? By supporting the Khilafat movement, Gandhiji wanted to rebuild a unity between the two major communities of India, that is the Hindus and the Muslims, because somewhere the Muslims were considering themselves different from the Hindus. Right, so by giving support to Khilafat movement, this was an apt time that when this movement was launched, Gandhiji saw this as an opportunity, that by supporting to their cause, supporting to the Muslim cause, they can win their hearts, and there will be a re-establishment of a unity between the two communities. Right, so the first aim was to rebuild a unity among Hindus and Muslims, and second aim was to seek justice for the victims of Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Right, the victims of Jallianwala Bagh massacre who died in this incident, he wanted to seek justice for them. He wanted that the government should take action against the General Dyer. Right, so these were the two main aims of launching non-cooperation movement by Gandhiji, and how the movement will going to work. The main basic ideology that was given by him was, as the name suggests, non-cooperation means do not cooperate with the Britishers. Gandhiji had this belief that the British administration, the British is ruling India because not without the support of the Indians. In their administration, in their army, in their every institution, Indians were working. So if Indians will not going to give their support to the Britishers, will not cooperate with the Britishers, then the Britishers can't rule the nation. Right, so this was the ideology that do not cooperate with the Britishers. Now this movement, when started, it took different forms in cities and towns, and it forms it was led in different way in the countryside, in rural areas. So in this video I will be discussing how the non-cooperation movement took shape in the cities and towns, and in the upcoming video I will be discussing about how the people saw this movement in countryside. So let's start with the non-cooperation movement in cities and towns. So first thing that we need to know is the main force who were taking part in this movement were the middle class, the educated middle class. Those already those people who were educated, those who have already understood that the British rule is a very exploitative rule for the Indians. It is not in the favor of Indians. So the middle class, the educated ones like the headmaster, teachers, lawyers, the members of the legislative assembly, they started giving up their jobs because they no more wanted to cooperate with the British administration, right? Then the students, even students, they took an active part in this. Large number of students, they boycotted the British schools and colleges, the English medium schools and colleges, and by withdrawing from these institutions, they joined this movement. First time large scale women section took part in this, right? They boycotted the foreign goods, the goods that were used in day-to-day life were boycotted by the women's, right? Now the important feature, how what they have done in the movement, they boycotted the British good, no doubt, goods as well as the institution. Now by doing this, by boycotting the British goods and institution, it led to one thing, that the British trade started declining in India, and it gave a boost to the indigenous industries, because on one side they were boycotting the foreign goods, and to fulfill the demands of Indians, the cottage industry grew this time, small scale industries grew this time, and people started using the indigenous good, homemade goods, right? So somewhere there was a slight improvement in the Indian economy, right? Then bonfire of the British goods were done by the women, means the British goods were publicly burnt by the people to show their anger, to show their protest against the British rule. And picketing is a very important term. Many times question comes on this word. One mark question can come. This is a peculiar feature of the non-cooperation movement, first time used in India. Picketing is a practice of closing down of the liquor shop, and this was done by the women section, right? So picketing of the liquor shop was done. All bad practices, all evil practices needs to be banned, right? So such things were taking place in towns and cities, where the educated section, where the students, women, they took part, active part in this movement, and they have showed their anger against the British rule, right? Now in the upcoming video, I'll be discussing how the people saw this movement in the rural areas, in the countryside, what steps were taken by them, right? So must watch the upcoming video. Please like, share and review. Please do write your comments and subscribe this channel. Thank you for watching.